Hello, and welcome to this Isobloc installation video. Since Isobloc is a building material allowing you to perform several steps in a single installation process, it is important for the installation to be flawless. On-site implementation is very important, so we suggest you pay close attention to these instructions and refer to them again later as needed. At all times, the installation must comply with regional standards and regulations. The goal of this video is to demonstrate best practices for product installation. General information. A Type S or Type N mortar, as specified by the building designer, must be used and mixed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Straight blocks and corner blocks, left and right, are delivered to the construction site. It is important to inspect each block to ensure its good condition prior to installation. Check that the concrete parts are free of cracks, that the polystyrene is in place and in good condition. Preparation. Clean the surface before installing the first row. Prepare the blocks so that they are easy to handle and positioned on the correct side to avoid having to turn them over during installation. Organize the work area by placing the full blocks and corner blocks in the appropriate position. Flashing or sheet metal can be installed under the first row to improve drainage and prevent infiltration. Consult with the building designer to ensure that any specific requests are met. Installation. Put enough mortar under the first row for proper alignment and leveling. Always begin with the corners at both ends. Alternate between left and right corners. The part of the block with the grooves must be placed on the exterior of the building, as this part is used to drain any water which may infiltrate during poor weather conditions. Corners should be perfectly level in all directions. It is very important that the polystyrene is level to ensure continuity. Apply mortar to both sides of the block. Avoid applying mortar on the polystyrene. Do not block the grooves. Wipe off any excess as needed. These grooves serve as ventilation and drainage. They should not be clogged. Polystyrene cores should be mortar-free. Remove any excess to prevent the mortar from penetrating inside during installation. For optimal performance, ensure that the blocks have full contact with one another. To facilitate installation, put a mason's line on the interior portion of the polystyrene and not on the concrete pad. Check leveling and alignment regularly to ensure that the wall has not shifted and is straight. The line on the polystyrene ensures continuity in the installation. Polystyrene that is not installed straight will result in alignment issues. Take your time to start out straight. This will allow you to go faster later on. We recommend working in a team of 2 masons. One mason who spreads the mortar on the top and side of the blocks, and a second mason for the installation. Always start from the ends and move in towards the center. Cut the isoblocks to the required size. The joints should be homogeneous, and the polystyrene core should always have good contact with the adjacent block. Insert a fiberglass rod every 2 blocks for a ULC-certified wall, or every 4 rows and every 4 blocks alternately for a traditional wall, or as required by the professional. Plan for control joints as recommended by the building designer or the applicable building code requirements for masonry. If Isobloc is used as a covering, it must be attached to the structure using the fasteners provided for this purpose, in accordance with the instructions of the engineer or architect. Joist hangers may also be installed. Openings. The ideal practice is to extend the isoblocks and cut to the desired size in a later step to ensure stability and a straight cut. To install angle irons, lintels, cut the top edge of the polystyrene along the length of the angle iron. Install 2 angle irons back to back. For the rows above the angle irons, cut a gap approximately 20 mm wide by 100 mm deep at the center of the polystyrene to allow the angle iron to pass through. Place the block over the angle iron while maintaining alignment. Fill with spray urethane for insulation. Make sure to fill all the gaps, including between the 2 angle irons. Finishing. For a nice finish, treat the joints when the mortar is slightly hardened. Make sure that all the joints are well filled, both on the interior and exterior. Always protect the blocks by covering the last row to prevent water infiltration behind the pads. Make a weep hole opening for every block along the first row to drain water. To prevent water infiltration behind the concrete pads, be sure to cover the tops of the blocks until the wall is completely finished and covered. Cover and protect openings until doors and windows are installed. If you have any questions or concerns, contact the Isobloc team or visit www.isobloc.com for additional resources. Thank you and good luck with your project.